in my 4th year in business, I've been thinking strategically the things that I want to focus on to take my business to the next level. One of the things that I've completely transformed my business around is my marketing strategy. So today I'm going to share the 10 marketing rules I always follow. This is related to the book that I'm reading right now, Direct Marketing for Non-Direct Marketing Businesses, 4th edition, The Ultimate No Holds Bar Kick Butt Take No Prisoners Guide to Extraordinary Growth and Profits by Dan Kennedy. I know you guys been listening to me talk about Dan Kennedy for a while now. I actually went to a super conference last month. He actually signed this book and a bunch of other books that I got. Dan Kennedy and like his teachings around marketing and how to manage your business has really fundamentally changed how I view my business and how I want to conduct my business moving forward. So today I'm going to share a lot of the concepts in this book with his 10 rules for marketing. With rule number 1, there will always be an offer or offers. A key distinguishing characteristic of direct marketing and direct response advertising from all other marketing and advertising is the presentation of a very specific offer or offers. Ideally, yours is a Godfather's offer, an offer that the appropriate prospect or customer for you can't refuse.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
1, to make your every communication actually ask somebody to do something specific, and 2, to interject new disciplines of selling and accountability into all your communication with prospects, customers, and to the marketplace at large. If you begin paying attention to advertising and marketing, you'll see that most of it merely shows up and talks about the marketers and advertisers, but does not directly offer something specific to be had by immediately and directly responding. A lot of print ads and TV commercials and brochures, including social media sites, websites, Facebook sites where you can go follow them, like them, etc., but present no offer as a compelling reason to go there. All of this is undisciplined. It is sending money out to play a backyard game with no scorekeeping, no clear means of judging victory or defeat. When you take this undisciplined approach and simply send and hope and guess, you're at the mercy of opinion about your marketing. Do you like it? Does your mother-in-law like it? Do your customers say nice things about it? Try paying any of your bills with that sort of feedback. The only way to know what works is with specific offers for which the response can be accurately tracked. Direct marketing imposes discipline. That discipline may be as important and valuable as the benefit of direct response itself. For some mysterious reason, business owners are willing to let advertising and marketing off the hook, but tend to hold everything else accountable for results and return on investment. If they tie up money in a certain product inventory, they expect to sell it, or they refuse to restock it. If they employ a sales representative, they expect him to make a sale. If they pay a laborer by the hour, they expect him to clock in, be there, and work for the hour. Yet investments made for marketing are permitted to stake. Only direct marketing imposes discipline. By always making an offer offers so the response to those offers can be tracked and measured, injecting factual accountability. The offer is so important when it comes to any business, whether it's a purchase offer saying, hey, do you want to buy this? Here's what I'm offering you, or a lead generation offer. You're giving them something for free in exchange for their information to follow up in the future. Offers are so important that I also recommend this book, $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Rule number 2, there will always be reason to respond right now. Hesitation and procrastination are among the most common of all human behaviors. We must be sharply, painfully aware of all the potential response lost to such hesitation. The hidden cost and failure in all advertising and marketing is with the almost persuaded. They were tempted to respond. They nearly responded. They got right up to the edge of response, but then set it aside to take care of later, or to mull over, or to Google when they have time. When they get to that edge, we must reach across and pull them past it. There must be good reason for them to not stop short or delay or ponder. There must be urgency. Direct marketing can often contextually provide urgency for immediate response. This can be done with limited supply, limited per household or buyer, or a countdown clock you see on a direct response TV commercial, or a webinar. Product itself cannot be limited in supply. Some bonus or premium attached to it certainly can be. Direct marketing can also structurally provide urgency of response. Anytime a group dynamic can be applied side, a stampede effect is seen. A higher percentage of people presented with an offer will act than will under any other circumstance. FOMO, fear of missing out. People are motivated to buy what they will not be able to get if they don't buy now, even when they would not buy now if relieved of that threat of loss. So in all of my advertising, I put an explicit deadline of when this offer is going to expire, or I've also been doing,
this is limited to the next 5 customers this week, so act now before our schedule fills up.
if you don't feel compelled to buy it right now, you tend to procrastinate or you just forget about it. Rule number 3, you will give clear instructions. There is abundant evidence that people follow directions. Most marketers' failures and disappointments result from giving confusing directions or no directions at all. Confused or uncertain consumers do nothing, and people rarely buy anything of consequence without being asked. In-store signage, QR codes in place of restaurant menus, icons on websites, everywhere you closely examine physical selling environments and media, you will find plenty of assumptions made about knowledge people have and may not have, and plenty of opportunities for confusion. When you put together any marketing tool, ad, flyer, sales letter, website, phone script, etc., or any physical selling environment, it should be carefully examined for presumption of knowledge on the consumer's part, for lack of clarity about what is expected of them, or for wimpiness about asking clearly and directly for the desired action. Stop sending out anything without clear instructions. It's also worth noting that people's anxiety goes up anytime they are asked to do something but are unsure about what to expect. Anxiety about anything uncertain grows more acute with age, but is not unique to boomers and seniors. Removing anxiety with a very clear instructions, directions, descriptions, or information is a smart strategy. For me, this always comes down to your CTA, or your call to action that you put on your website, on your marketing materials, on Facebook, anything and everything that you are advertising with. There needs to be a clearly defined call to action, like click this link to sign up, or send us a message for more information. I talk to a lot of scoopers out there, and they always ask me for feedback on their marketing or their website, and most of the time they have very, very poor calls to action. It's not clear about what's the next intended step for your customer to take. Rule number 4, there will be tracking, measurement, and accountability. Most of us try to hold people accountable for assigned tasks, but a lot of business people aren't as tough on the dollars they put to work in advertising and marketing. You are no longer going to permit any advertising, marketing, or selling investments to be made without direct and accurate tracking, measurement, and accountability. There are 2 reasons for holding all media harshly accountable. First, because management by objectives is the only kind of management that actually works. When an NFL football team takes the field on Sunday, there are team objectives, not just winning, but for ingredients of victory that can be measured. Each player also has individual measurable objectives that he and his coaches have discussed before the game and will evaluate after the game. This is the way it should be when your team takes the field. Your team includes people you pay as well as marketing you pay for. You can't manage what you can't, don't, or won't measure. Vagueness must be banished. The second reason for direct measurement is you need real hard facts and data to make good, intelligent marketing decisions. Making such decisions on what you and your employees think is happening, feel, have a sense of, etc. is stupid, and you don't want to be stupid, do you? So let's talk about tracking response. This means collecting as much information as you can, which is useful in determining what advertising, marketing, and promotion is working and what isn't, what themes resonate with your customers and which don't, which offer is pulling and which isn't. Do not dare shrug this off as too complicated. Think. Set up systems to capture the data you need and set aside time for the analysis. It is painful and confusing at first. The fog will clear. The difficulty will abate. You will make discoveries that enable you to make better decisions, better allocate resources, create better marketing messages, and grow your business without simply growing the marketing budget proportionately. In a mature business, this is how profits can be grown without growing revenue. But what does this mean? Literally creating a spreadsheet with all the posts that you've done, all of your marketing campaigns, and measure the data points that you want to track. Likes, engagements, comments, how many messages you received, are people responding to you more via text or via messenger? And then once you create that spreadsheet, start tracking which ones are giving you a better return on your investment, so you can make data-driven decisions and orient your business in a better direction. Rule number 5, only no-cost brand building. We are not opposed to paying for brand building. Most small business owners cannot afford to properly invest in brand building. Most startups lack the patient capital and luxury of time required by brand building. I do not believe it is a wise investment for small business owners and entrepreneurs, nor do I believe it is necessary. Brand power can be acquired as a no-cost byproduct of profitable direct response advertising and direct marketing. My preferred strategy is simple. Buy response, gratefully accept brand building as a bonus. Never buy brand building and hope for direct response as a bonus. It's worth noting that there's no guarantee of success or sustainability with widespread brand recognition and brand equity. Some once very famous and dominant brands are today badly tarnished shadows of their former selves or dead. In the motel industry, the leading American brands were Holiday Inn and Howard Johnson. Some of the brands you know and perceive to be dominant leaders in their fields and product categories today will be diseased or dead within 10 years. The graveyard of once powerful brands is big and welcomes new arrivals frequently. Any idea of inevitability of an established brand is foolish and dangerous conceit. Consider Sears, once the Amazon of its era and the dominant all goods retailer and one of the best known and trusted brand names. None of that guaranteed its permanence. How I interpret this rule is I refuse to do any sort of marketing or advertising that's just going to put me in front of as many eyeballs as possible for brand awareness. I'm not interested in getting my business out in front of as many people as possible. I'm hyper focused on finding a very specific avatar with very specific dreams and aspirations, fears and concerns in their daily life, and how my Pooper Scooper business is going to help them alleviate those concerns and help them achieve the person that they want to be. That's the type of thing that you need to think through when it comes to your brand, because once you find that specific type of person to serve, all you have to do is provide an exceptional experience. They now associate your brand with that exceptional experience and how you made them feel, and that's how you build referral programs. That's how you start getting people to become champions of your business, because no one is going to trust a brand that they've never worked with. And I'm not trying to work with everyone. I want to work with a very specific kind of person. Rule number 6, and this is the one that I've been focusing on the most in the last couple of months, there will be follow-up. Often I find business owners with more holes in their bucket than they've got bucket. People read your ad, get your letter, see your sign, see you on Facebook, find you online, etc. They visit your website, call, or visit your place of business. They ask your staff questions, and that's it. There's no capture of prospects' names, physical address, email address, and no offer to immediately send an information package, free report, coupons. This is criminal waste. Just how much waste are you permitting to slop around in your business? Probably a lot. How leaky is your bucket? Very. Let's talk about money you pour into your bucket. You don't just pay for the customers you get when you invest in advertising and marketing. You pay a price for every click, every website visit, every call, every walk-in, everyone. Doing nothing with one is just like flushing money down the toilet. To be simplistic, if you invest $1,000 in ad campaign and get 50 phone calls, you bought each call for $20. If you're going to waste one, take a nice crisp $20 bill, go into the bathroom, tear the bill into pieces, let the pieces flutter into the toilet, flush, and stand there and watch it go away. If you're going to do nothing with 30 of those 50 calls, stand there and do it 30 times. Feel it. You probably won't like how it feels. Good. Remember that feeling every time you fail, and it is failure to thoroughly follow up on a lead or customer. And this is something that I've been talking a lot about these last couple of months. One of my favorite videos that I made was the most valuable asset in your business is your customer list. And how do you grow your customer list? By asking for people's information during the lead process, whether they send you a message or when they call you on the phone. Try to figure out ways that you can ask for their information so you can follow up with them in the future. And how have I been ensuring follow-ups with all of my customers? Well, it's all thanks to Jobber. Jobber has this great feature within its quoting process. At the grow level that Jobber has, they enable quote follow-ups where it automatically notifies a client to respond to a quote. I have my quote follow-up process set for 2 and 6 days after the quote has been sent. That's the initial part of my follow-up process. Another great thing about Jobber is they have these integrations, and I actually have Jobber integrated with this platform called Chirp. And through Chirp, I've completely overhauled my follow-up sequence. I've also added a automated text that's sent out the day after, 3 days after, 7 days after, 14, 21, 28 days after. I've also added more emails on days 14 and 20 and 28. And I'm also going to leave them a voicemail drop, a ringless voicemail, where it's a pre-recorded message. It just gets sent to that person at whatever date that I specify. It's going to call them, immediately hang up, and it'll leave them a voicemail. So I'm giving every single lead more and more contacts from my business, reminding them that we exist, reminding them that they still need to follow up, that the offer is still available. My follow-up sequence is something that I'm super excited about because I never really followed up with people until like the last year, trying to do more email marketing, more text marketing, because I do have a huge valuable asset within my customer list, and I rather continue marketing to them instead of acquiring new customers. So if you want to take action, you want to start automating your business, do more follow-ups for your customers, then I highly recommend checking out Jobber. You can go to poopscoopsfornoobs.com/jobber. You'll get yourself a 14-day free trial plus my exclusive discount, and I will send you my Jobber cheat sheet for Poopa Scoopers. It has all the configurations, all of my settings, everything that I've used with Jobber to help you get set up as fast as possible. Rule number 7, there will be strong copy. Confronted with clutter, confusion, competition, and commoditization in the marketplace, many business owners respond by trying to shout louder. They may do this by spending more money, buying bigger ad space, advertising in certain media more frequently, hiring celebrity spokespersons, or curbside clowns to wave placards. But yelling isn't selling. The fact is, there is enormous, ever-growing, almost overwhelming competition for attention and interest in every product or service category and in general. A daily tsunami of clutter that must be cut through or circumvented, even a numbness towards advertising, marketing, and sales messages that blocks reception in the same way driving into a dark underground tunnel blocks cell phone reception. In this environment, the ordinary and normal are ignored, the cautious and calm messages unnoticed. Loud but irrelevant isn't much better than quiet and relevant. A new problem discouraging business owners from advancing their sales messages assertively and boldly and completely is what I call online and social media culture. In some social media places, overtly or assertively selling is viewed and criticized as if you showed up at church on Easter in an itsy bitsy teeny weeny polka dot bikini. My advice is, first, not to be intimidated or overly concerned with how many people look at you disapprovingly, as long as you are getting positive results in attracting your most desired customers, and as long as you do not cross actual prohibitions of the media getting you unplugged and banished. Second, be very, very skeptical and suspicious about investing money or time in media where you are prohibited from doing what works, including delivering straightforward, powerful lead generation or sales messages. There's a reason why people say sex sells. Anything provocative, like it just grabs your attention. When it comes to your sales copy or sales messaging, you need to be calling out a specific avatar. You need to try to agitate a issue, a concern that they're having, and you need to say why your product or service or solution is the bridge for them to get to their happy place. Just saying you're a poo-poo scooper and you pick up the poop so they don't have to, that's not strong copy. Everyone is doing that. You're just going to be in a sea of other poo-poo scoopers all saying the same shit. Sales copy is something that I've been studying a lot for the last 6 months. The only thing I can say is start reading a lot of books about sales copy, like anything from Dan Kennedy. He has a lot of work when it comes to sales copy. I have this book that I recommend, Words That Sell, more than 6,000 entries to help you promote your products, services, and ideas by Richard Bayan. Your messaging is equally as important as your offer, is equally as important as your follow-ups. So you need to make sure that it's tip-top Magoo. Rule number 8, they actually changed rule number 8 from this book compared to previous versions. So I'm just going to actually go off of the old version. But rule number 8, you will not think, but my business is different. Every business needs to attract leads, convert those leads into paying customers, and retain those customers. That's the principal job of every business, and why your business is not any different. What you say in your marketing might differ, but your business is not different. I love consuming business videos, learning from other people's stories, and you start thinking just because they have a completely different product or service, or they have a completely different avatar, that doesn't mean there aren't aspects in their customer journey, areas in their marketing strategy that is working, and you can implement them yourself. I know a lot of the concepts that I'm talking about, specifically when it comes to like direct marketing, you may not think that your business can apply these principles, but this is a Pooper Scooper channel. I'm a Pooper Scooper business. I've been applying every single rule from this book and from all the teachings that I've learned from Dan Kennedy and that magnetic marketing community for like the past 6 months. So it's important for you to remember that you are not a unique snowflake. You have the same issues that a lot of other businesses bigger than you, smaller than you, are experiencing. So be open-minded when you hear new ideas, new tactics, because if something works for one business, I can't promise or guarantee that it's going to work for your business, but something is working and you want to investigate that. Rule 9, results rule period. In any and every business, you're actually in a number of businesses. Most businesses have many deliverables, not one. A dental practice may be in the teenage teeth straightening business with products from traditional braces to Invisalign, but also in the implant business with seniors. Each business is the same. A quantum leap in income occurs when an entrepreneur differentiates deliverables from business and sees himself in the marketing business. An even more profound shift in thinking takes us to being in the money business. It is possible to be in business for reasons other than money, but it's rarely a good idea, and it's usually more accurate to term such endeavors hobbies and tax losses. Most business owners are, above all else, acknowledged or not, in the money business. This is a relationship between your acceptance of the fact and behaving accordingly in the amount of money you make. When you fully grasp that you are in the money business, you think, behave, and govern differently than when you think you are in some other business, and your income automatically improves. There are harsh realities in business. Business is about profit. Who and what makes a satisfactory contribution to profit belongs in business. People and things that do not, don't. We are immune to opinion, criticism, or guesswork. If it sells, it's good. If it doesn't, it isn't. If you can't clearly track money in the bank from something, stop doing it. To be a committed marketer, you must be committed to results. No opinions count, not even yours. Only results will matter. One of the best things about direct response advertising is that we can run split test and test against controls. If I have 2 ideas for positioning and promoting the same product or place of business, let's say one has to do with the organic and health benefits of the food, the other with the gourmet and exotic nature of it, the cool factor, I can create 2 ads or just 2 different headlines for the same ad and test them in the same environment. On the internet, I can use Google and SEO to drive traffic to 2 different landing pages. Offline, I might split a mailing list in half. I might put a freestanding insert about idea 1 in half a day's newspaper and idea 2 in the other half. By adhering to rule 4, which is there will always be tracking, measurement, and accountability, I will then know which produces more and a better response. I don't have to settle for anything less than knowing. That's a split test. If you have an ad, an every-door direct mail piece, a postcard, a website, anything that works satisfactorily in direct marketing industry lingo, you have a control. We test one variable at a time against that control in split tests. Again and again and again, when a change boosts response, it is incorporated into the new control. By these means, we arrive at a definitive factual conclusion provided by actual results. This negates any and all opinions. Results rule. I see different responses to my marketing campaigns based off of just changing the headline structure of the ad piece or providing a different call to action. You can literally see a change in your results by changing one thing. And if you're not testing out your ad copy, if you're not testing out the ad creative you're using in your marketing material, if you're not testing out your call to action or the next step, you're doing a disservice because you don't know if the process that you're currently using is as efficient as it can be. When you test stuff out, you make your marketing incrementally better and better. And rule number 10, you will be a tough-minded implementer and take massive action. Business success is in many ways about doing difficult things. Many business owners who struggle and suffer are very much aware of things that need doing, but simply lack the will to do them. There's a longtime employee or vendor or client, now a friend, who you know is toxic and detrimental and needs to be replaced, but you can't muster the will to fire them. There's advertising you keep spending money on that you know is failing to produce measurable results, but you lack the will to end it or fix it. There's that website you know isn't producing either, but the very thought of getting it remade yet again is painful, so it stays as is. The will to win is found in winners. This is a consistent theme of success, broadly and narrowed to marketing. In Napoleon's Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Hill identified what he's called burning desire, not mere run-to-the-mill, gee, it'd be nice to have X kind of desire. Burning. Years later in sports, legendary Vince Lombardi spoke often about the will to win. He acknowledged that the talent and skills of players on a team, the brilliance of the game strategy and coaching, and even luck all paled as success factors when measured against the will to win. If you dig into the biographies and authoritative works about Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, and other equivalents to the men Hill studied in his time, you cannot avoid the fact of obsessive will to win and willingness to do whatever is necessary to win. With advertising and marketing, you have to be thick-skinned towards criticism, tough-minded about money invested, extremely disciplined in thought and action, and adherent to a winning game plan, all fueled by a resolute will to win. And I know this is probably one of the biggest struggles a lot of business owners that I talk to have. You want to watch this video, you want to consume more and more information. I challenge you that you already know the information required to take your business to the next level, and you just haven't taken any action towards that new vision. Have you been thinking about trying out Jobber for a couple of months and you haven't done it yet? Literally go down to the description or the comment section and click my Jobber link and sign up, because you gotta stop waiting to take action and you have to implement the things that are scary in your business. I've grown like crazy these last couple of months because of me talking to businesses that are way bigger than me, putting my ego aside and seeing what works and what's not working for my business and taking their suggestions and implementing it. There's a reason why I implemented a follow-up sequence for the next 28 days when someone just sends out a quote. There's a reason why I changed my business from post-pay to prepaid monthly subscription now. I'm not afraid to implement new processes, new technologies in my business, and that's why I'm growing. So take action, do the things that you know that needs to be done. Sign up for Jobber down below if you haven't. I'm also going to leave a couple of resources that I've used from Dan Kennedy down below as well, so you can take your business where you want it to be. And I'll see you on the next scoop. And as always, acknowledge the now. Bye.